On. Okay, guys, we're back. The Fantastic Four. Well, fantastic. That word's kind of like. Uh, anyway,
We're fantastic.
Stronger
Astastic.
fantastic, is it?
the
Aztec.
Dolphins lost to what many people thought was the worst team in the division
No, there's actually
Nebraska.
at
there's
home.
at home.
And honestly, I mean, we've all heard it. We've all seen it. We've been watching the games. They've been sorry. My phone's going off. Don't want to do that. Stop that, people. I'm not that popular. And Nick, I'm gonna throw it to you. What's going on?
I mean, the offense improved, but our defense is ass. Our secondary is just useless. You could get there in 3 seconds, but there's still somebody wide open. We
Yeah.
got tight ends running wide open. Nobody can play man coverage. Looks like we can't play zone coverage. I don't know what coverage we can play.
And yet this defensive coordinator is the one they want to replace McDaniels.
Well, that's
You can't
Anthony
have a bunch
Lee.
of random guys in the secondary.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this about the defense. Yeah, it sucks ass, but as far as I'm concerned, it could be a lot worse because he's got nobody to play with.
Yeah.
Aside from Chubb, is there anybody else in there you would go, oh yeah, that's a defense to build around?
I mean, the pass rush isn't even
Fitzpatrick.
getting there.
Fitzpatrick. He's the only one in the secondary that's making plays. Is Mika Fitz? That is Mika or Micah. Mika Fitzpatrick.
I don't understand the design. Like we have Chubb dropping in coverage, and I don't know if that's ideal. To me, when I think of Bradley Chubb, I think of a pass rusher. I don't think of a guy that should be covering the middle of the field.
Well, they're doing that because they're just double and triple teaming Chubb, and so he's going to get nobody.
Yeah.
So
And
try to see if they back him out and try to free up somebody else.
I was watching the Minnesota game, I think that was Sunday night, and I just missed that defense that they run with Flores, where one lineman blocks for another lineman to get the sack. They do like a little end around, loop around each other. We don't do it anymore. I don't know.
Don't do much of anything anymore on defense. They
No.
can't stop them. I mean, how many times out of 2 games have we made the opposing offense punt the ball? Once, maybe twice, 2 full games.
To me, the scariest stat was when they said if going back to last season, for up until like I think it was near the end of the second quarter, the last 12 quarters, every time the opposing team got the ball, they scored.
Yeah.
Okay, going back to the end of last season. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a scary stat. That is really scary.
And maybe they should have hired him as a head coach. What's his name? Anthony Weaver. Maybe it would have been better if he was hired away to a head coaching job, and then we could have got somebody else.
You just can't do it with nobody in the secondary. You got Fitzpatrick, fine, but you have no defensive backs to play man. Do they know how to play zone? I don't know. These guys are better, and I'm not comparing me to them. They're obviously NFL stars, but they're not they're not the best of the best.
The entire defensive backfield, how many were playing for the Dolphins last year?
What, one maybe?
One. I mean,
And he's hurt.
Storm Duck.
I am sounding like a parrot, but I blame Greer. I don't, people are hating McDaniels can only do so much with what you got. I mean,
Well, the defense was exposed the week before that, so we have no corners, and are the only corner that was going again. He was fifth string last year. Was going to be our starter, and the next thing you know, he's hurt in the first game, and that whole secondary has been exposed,
well,
except for Fitzpatrick.
They were exposed in training camp. We knew that the secondary was going to suck ass, as Nick likes to say.
And so if you need a first down, It's easy. It's not hard.
It, the
Well,
offense
that's why
didn't.
you just need to blitz on every play. Just bring the house,
They're
and
not
then
getting there though.
yeah, but you jump up in the air and bat the ball down when the quarterback throws it. That's the only way to stop it. Is to put your hands up. Try to just block all the passing lanes. Because let's face it, the opposing tight end is just running free in the flat. There's just nobody covering the. Whenever you see the opposing tight end in the flat, there's nobody around him 15, 20 yards away.
Yeah.
Just wide open, just wide open.
Yeah.
Cover the guy.
You go ahead. You go ahead and tell Josh Allen Thursday. All the Dolphins are going to blitz you every play. His eyes will get nice and big, and the smile will be from here to here. Okay. They'll kill you.
The blitz works two ways. It works on the pass. It works on the run. You run blitz. You pass blitz. You just blitz. If we're going to give up the play anyway, let Fitzpatrick sit back there and play center field, and blitz 10 guys. Fitzpatrick just read the quarterback which way he's looking.
It hurts. It all hurts.
What really, really hurts, and I'm going to change the subject for a moment.
Okay.
Is you're at the game and and the Dolphins are in a huddle and you're watching the clock run down, the play clock.
Mm-hmm.
It gets all the way down to like 12 seconds and they finally break the huddle. And they get set up and it's like 7 or 8 seconds left. And that I don't know if they're like, we got to keep the offense on the field because the defense is not that great, right? Or they're having the same problems that they were having last year in getting a play called, get it and sent in, and then lining up within the, 35, 45 seconds that you get in order
I vote for that.
Yeah, in order to run a play. I mean, that was it was consistent. On Sunday, and you can't come up to the line with like 6, 7, 8 seconds, and then Tua needs time to read the defense. It's not like he walks up like Marino and goes, I know exactly where I'm going with this ball.
Mm-hmm.
He needs time to put his guys in the position that where he feels like he's going to be successful. And so that play needs to be called quickly. It needs to be in the huddle. They need to break with plenty of time left so Tua can work his magic. But that's not happening. And that's on the coach getting that play call, into the quarterback. So I mean, I don't know. I that's what I was seeing from a
The
offense.
back-to-back penalties are insane. We had a false start and then a delay of game. How do you do that? Right after a false start?
Well, let's try an experiment. Let's let Tua call his own plays. That way, he's got the play already in his head. He's reading the defense from the last play or the play or let him call the play. That's what they did with Marino in his rookie season. Shula put him in there and said, "Listen, you're going to call your own plays. That way, you know what you're calling, you know what you're looking at, you know what you're doing." But do an experiment. Let Tua call his own plays for a half, a quarter, something like that. Give him a list of plays. He's got his Shula wristband on. Look down there and call your own play. Look at the personnel on the field, look at who's out there on defense and call a play. That way he's not waiting for McDaniels to call the play and then it's relayed to, when they call the play, there's a separate part of the play for the lineman, a separate part of play for the receiver, separate part of the play, and there's like 4 different parts to a play call. And what I was watching the same thing, Jose. So they go to break the huddle. Well, the receivers are already running out before Tua's finished giving out assignments. Obviously, the receivers get their assignments first because they have farther to travel out on the line. So there's got to be a way for them to either let Tua call some plays or shorten these play calls down.
I would like to see. I remember back in the day when when Walsh was running that team, the San Francisco 49ers, and they were winning every Super Bowl and kicking everybody's ass, including the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. They used to start every game. They had 14 plays. Those were these are the 14 plays we're going to run no matter what. And they ran it. Okay. And they knew exactly what was going to, and every team, of course, every play had an option to switch out, to change a little bit, but they had the rock. And then if those 14 plays worked, they went back and did them again. And it's like, you got to stop us. And guess what? Most teams couldn't stop them. They won 4 Super Bowls doing that. It's, you look at Tua, some of those passes Tua threw. I was like, who is he throwing to? Is he colorblind? Was he hitting the wrong jersey?
You can't see the linebackers in the middle of the field dropping back and the coverage. He just throws right to them.
He has. I think he has a hard time reading. He had one interception taken away because of a penalty that had nothing to do with the interception. A couple of other passes were just, I don't know. I'm not a Tua fan. I never was. I think he's a nice guy. I don't want to hate on him for being, it's not like he's not like Aaron Rodgers. You want to hate him just for being Aaron Rodgers, but
he's just fallen short.
I don't think I've said it before. He's an NFL quarterback. Is he the quarterback? Would you go? That's the guy's going to take you to the promised land?
Probably not.
Yeah, no.
Every time he gets sacked, the play after it is terrible. I don't know. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
He seems rattled every time.
Yeah, well, it's situational football. You have to. The coach who is calling the plays needs to look at the situation. Say you hand the ball off to the running back, and let's say he gets a big run, right? He goes 25 yards down the field.
Mm-hmm.
You don't turn around and give him the ball again because guess what? He's winded, right? So you call a play going somewhere else. He just, like Tyreek runs 50 yards down the field and doesn't catch the ball, and they turn around, play the next, call the next play for Tyreek. Tyreek's winded, It's situational football. You have to realize where you are on the field, what players you have on the field, what players just ran the last play. Did the guy get up limping? Did the guy, was he hurt? Is he winded? Am I going to call the next play back to him again? I don't think they're paying attention to that. They're not coaching situational football. You have to adjust to the situation that you're in, and that whether it be a winded player, a hurt player, a quarterback that just got sacked. He just got sacked. Don't try to throw deep. Hand the ball off, like Nick just said. Say, okay, he may be hurt. We don't know. Let's just hand the ball off this next play. Let him run a sweep, something like that. Let's not put him in a position to fail.
I agree, but he's the quarterback and he's going to have to make a play after losing 8 yards. You're most likely in a passing situation on most of the downs.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the league's quarterbacks are getting hit twice as hard as he's getting hit. Look at Joe Burrow. He got blasted nonstop week 1, but still put up how many yards? 200. And they win the game.
Yeah, but now Joe Burrow's out for 3 months with turf toe. So
their offensive line is horrible. But the thing is Tua's getting hit, but he's getting like coddled to the ground. Or he's getting tripped up, or he's falling himself. And we bounce back the next play and overthrow someone, or throw an interception, or miss a wide open guy, because he's rattled. He's in his own head.
Don't call that play. Say, okay, he just got sacked. Let's hand the ball off.
You go to another quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, but then again,
where's the screenplay?
What's the point?
The pass rush is doing the Tua. Run a screenplay. Let the pass goes through, and run a screenplay. Not a
screenplays work.
Screenplays
work is the defense is afraid of the deep ball, but they're not afraid of the deep ball.
Well, the screenplay works because you let the defensive lineman in, and then right before they hit the quarterback, he tosses it over to the running back or the tight end, and then they've got open field because they're now behind the defense.
Because the linebackers and the defensive backs are deep, trying to cover worried about the deep ball. But if they're not worried about the deep ball, they're going to have a linebacker mirroring the running back and nailing them. It's it's
Well, it's obvious they're not worried about anything. They're not worried about this Miami Dolphins offense at
no.
all.
Why? What would you?
It's
I mean,
In the
Not when you can throw
in
the
the
ball on the
meantime-
defense all day.
in the meantime, there's a plane circling the stadium that says "Fire McDaniel." Fired.
should say fire Greer, but
Oh, it did.
It did say it said fire
It did
Greer and
fire
fire
Greer.
McDaniel.
Yep.
Not gonna
speaking
happen.
of Greer, I've heard
Why?
this great conspiracy theory about why he hasn't been fired.
Oh my gosh, I heard the same one. Go for it.
Yeah, that
He's on the Epstein list.
no.
Kind of like that.
They're just
So
waiting for him to
Ross
say
maybe.
something bad about Charlie Kirk. No, what the thing is we still got that Flores lawsuit going on,
Yep.
and all the stuff that Flores is saying that alleging that the Dolphins did happened under Greer's watch. And if anybody knows if it's true or not, it is Greer. And so that's why Ross is, hey, still writing those checks to Greer. Hey, you're a good boy, because that lawsuit's still going on. All that stuff that said that the Dolphins tampered or that they paid him Flores to lose to be able to get Tua and all that stuff. All those on that lawsuit, Greer's the guy.
And the question is, did he pay him? And is there a paper trail? And
Yeah.
are there checks? Right. So Ross isn't just going to show up with a case of, 20s to the tune of 100 grand. Right. So there has to be some kind of paper trail when it comes to that. So
Well, there's
if it's
obviously
true-
something, because the judges are saying, okay, we got a case here. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. If that'd be the first thing the judge would say, hey, you have any evidence before we even go on? You have any?
let's do some discovery.
Let's
Right.
do the discovery.
Okay.
And there's nothing there. They're just gonna say you're
Well,
wasting our time. Throw it out.
Let's say that there's something there. Okay,
Yeah.
let's say that there's, I talked to the Miami Maniac Roger after the game, and I actually asked him to come on the podcast, but he didn't respond today. But he's claiming that there's something shady going on between Ross and Greer.
That's
So
probably
let's
it.
say that there is. Let's say that there's some sort of illegal activity or something that's not supposed to happen. Can the NFL force Stephen Ross to sell the team?
Oh yeah,
Can they force him?
they
I
did
think
it.
I think the owners can, right?
The owners can. Yeah,
The owners can vote him out.
You have morals clauses and things like that. Owning a team.
They won't.
Remember, Ross was actually suspended for what, half a season? He couldn't show up to a game or anything for a while, and that was just because
Not
I
the
hear
first
say,
time.
So no owner wants to get voted out, so owners won't vote each other out.
it's happened in baseball. It's happened in the NBA. I'm sure it can happen in the NFL.
Mhm.
Remember the guy from the
Clippers.
Clippers?
Yep.
Yeah. Marv Schott. Remember that wonderful piece of sunshine from the Cincinnati Reds, who is a Hitler fan? they took that team away from her right away.
So could that happen? And if that did happen, would that be good or would that be bad? You don't want to jump out of the frying pan and into the fire. Because
It definitely would be
Ross
bad.
Ross has his faults, but he does spend money. He's not afraid to spend money on players and coaches and
it would
things
be
like
bad.
that. He's just being led astray by Greer.
It would be bad because NFL careers are notoriously short, and so nobody will want to play for the Dolphins until things get straightened out and who the new owner is going to be and all that stuff. And that could take a long time.
But on the flip side, look at Washington. They had a horrible owner, and then the next year they got new ownership, and they're in the playoffs.
Yeah. But that was a straight up transaction. That somebody came in here's money, give me the team. They were giving the guy from Washington.
What was his name? Dan Snyder.
Yeah,
he was going to be forced out.
They were thinking about forcing him out. Actually, yeah. The guy from the Eagles. I remember Norman Brayman. Jeff, you remember that name? Norman Brayman.
Yeah.
Brayman Motors. Brayman Motors.
Yeah.
He owned the Philadelphia Eagles. They
Yeah.
pretty much forced him to sell that team also because that was like a horrible franchise under him. He wouldn't spend money on anything. So, yeah, it could happen. It would look bad. there's also the other problem that Stephen Ross not only owns the Dolphins, he owns the stadium.
Yeah.
All
This is
right,
what I'm
so
saying. He's a venue guy more than he is.
yeah, so even if they took away the Dolphins, then he can be, if he wanted to be vindictive, he can go, okay, I'm going to charge the Dolphins up the wazoo, because then the Dolphins might even move. You never know.
Yeah.
Crazy things have happened.
I think, and I saw something online. I don't know if it's true or fake, but it was a statement that released by the Dolphins. It was from Ross, and it was expressing disappointment around the game, right? But then he kind of pivoted and he was saying, "But hey, there are more food options, right? And don't worry, we got tennis coming, right? And we got F1 racing coming, right?" And I was like, dude, you further prove the point that you're more like an event venue guy than you are an NFL owner. I still don't believe that we have an NFL owner. We got a guy that wants to be a sports mogul, and he wants to be remembered as that. That's what he wants his legacy to be. And he really doesn't need to fill up the stadium with Dolphin fans. All he needs is a destination city, and that's what he has. And the more people that don't sit in those seats, the more folks are going to buy from visiting cities in order to fill the stadium up. And that's what's been happening. And even in this game, you're starting to see the tailgate was it was a lot less crowded, right? Usually we have a lot more people there. And then the other side of that coin was there were more seats empty than usual, right? And so, usually we're pretty packed there. We got about 75, 80%, maybe 90%. I mean, we sell out a lot, right? Just don't fill all the seats in. And this week, if you looked around, it was kind of noticeable. It wasn't really, really noticeable, but it definitely was a little, I mean, I would say 10, 15,000 people less than what we usually see. And I don't know if that's a true stat, right? But that's the way it appeared.
I think some of it, yeah, because the team sucks, but also the weather lately in South Florida has been pretty atrocious, rain wise. I mean, you knew it was going to rain. It was going to,
didn't rain a drop at the stadium.
A pretty clear day.
It poured at my house.
It was a pretty clear day.
Yeah.
Nothing to complain about. Yeah.
I don't think he wants to lose, as you could tell by his face when he put the camera
Nobody
on
wants
him.
to lose.
Yeah.
He's spending all the money in the world, like you said.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't have the right people within the organization beneath him.
I know a lot of
make
people
it functional.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are talking that if they don't beat the Bills or do well against the Bill, McDaniels is gone. I don't think McDaniels is gone after this game, because I don't think anybody expects him to beat the Bills in Buffalo.
Yeah.
If they don't fire if they don't fire Greer, then you might as well keep McDaniel till then. If you're not going to fire Greer till the end of the season, just keep McDaniel till the end of the season, because you're just going to have a stopgap coach.
But if we lose to the Jets on Monday night,
then what I'm waiting for is when Ross comes out there and gives that vote of confidence to his coach. That means he's gone unless he wins the next few games. Because that's always, he's my coach, I'm sticking with him. They lose again, he's out of here. There's nothing worse than getting that vote of confidence when you're a coach.
I think you're right, Tony. I think he gets a pass this Thursday. And if the team comes out and plays well, and we're competitive, and we lose 24-27, or we win 24-27, he keeps his job until game 8, right? If he comes out and it's a complete disarray at the beginning, a complete disarray at the end. That's what happened this week. We played great in the middle of the game, right? The beginning of the game, complete chaos. At the end of the game, what were they doing? A complete chaos. It was crazy. They couldn't get the ball snapped on time. It was kind of embarrassing. I think if they show up on Thursday, he gets a reprieve. If
I blame Nick.
Yeah.
Special teams. Okay. The Dolphins score on a punt that was purely the run, the punt return. That was his thing. But that kickoff by the Patriots, oh my God.
That's not our kicker. Sanders is out.
In
Yeah.
Pop
We
Warner
need
football, they
Sanders.
teach you stay in your lane on a kickoff, stay in your lane. Did the Dolphins stay in their lanes? No, it was oh God. I never saw an easier touchdown on a kickoff in my life.
That literally
Sanders would have
broke
kicked
our
it
back.
better.
Yeah. That literally broke our back. Then get another kicker that
Well,
can kick.
we had the lead, like you said. We scored on that
Yeah.
punt return and had the lead.
We
All
had
you had to do is put your defense out there and run the time off the clock.
we had all the momentum.
And New England tried
Yeah.
everything to lose that game. I mean, they missed 2 extra points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark your calendar. Jason Sanders returns week 5. Special
Okay.
teams.
What's that? I don't know. It gives me not when we're hoping the kicker comes back, we got problems.
By the way, to throw more gasoline on the fire for the Dolphins, it's just been reported that the NFL is investigating Tyreek Hill
Oh, well, he's
for the wifey,
Yeah, domestic abuse.
domestic abuse. So that's something else the Dolphins need. Just another distraction from Tyreek.
I mean, it's just, I mean, and if we cut him, we lose a bunch of guaranteed money, don't we? Right. That's the kind of situation that we're in with a lot of players is we can't get rid of them. They do what they want to do. They don't necessarily have to perform. Right. Tua is the same way. He doesn't have to perform. He just has to stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's going to collect the check. You put him on the bench, you got a player collecting a big giant check on the bench. He can't go to the bench, right? So we're stuck with him. Nobody's going to pick him up. Nobody's going to take that contract. Same thing with Tyreek. Why would anybody?
the
Tyreek?
Dolphins to eat that contract.
Yep.
Honestly,
They would have to be part of it at least.
if Tua gets injured again, I will go there and I will tell him, don't ever put on a football uniform again. You got your money. You're set for life. Okay. It's not worth it. It really isn't. And I encourage him to do it. If he keeps on playing the way he is, Zach Wilson, let's give him a shot.
No,
Can't be any worse.
You can't do that. You can't because of the disgusting money that he's guaranteed. You can't. It's you've already
Watson.
declared that he's a starting quarterback no matter what.
Oh, they're playing the Bills this Thursday. It could get ugly. It could get ugly. They're playing, their quarterback is, I like to call him Travis Kelce Light because he's married to, what's her name? The actress. I forgot her name. Anyway, Josh Allen's married to some actress now. Anyway, is it gonna? Do you guys think it's gonna be as bad as I think it's gonna be?
Bloodbath.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
It's not going to be good.
Yeah, Josh Allen is the Dolphin killer. I mean, he came into this league. He found beating the Dolphins easy. It's a mindset for him, and it was the same mindset that Tua had against the Patriots. That was his first loss. He was 6-0 against the Patriots, and he ended up losing that one. And I think Josh Allen has only lost once to the Dolphins, right? And that was on that really, really hot day that we were taking water breaks almost every other play. I don't think it's going to be bad.
Well, at least we're playing in Buffalo in September, not December.
In our rival uniforms.
That's the only good thing about it.
We're going to wear those black uniforms on Thursday, aren't we?
Oh, they wear the throwbacks.
No, we're
It's gonna
not.
be
No,
Monday
we're not.
night.
Oh no,
Is it going to be the Monday night game?
Yeah.
Okay.
the Monday night against the Jets.
I think it's both games against the Jets.
Okay.
It's
a Monday night. Okay. I mean,
if they keep Buffalo under 30, I'll be happy.
Huh.
Yeah. If the Dolphins score more than 20, I'll be orgasmic.
they'll pull inevitably Josh Allen will sit and they'll bring in their backup.
Oof. Don't want to see that. I'm never going to ask what you guys think the score is going to be because it's not going to be worth it.
You should ask.
Okay, Jose.
I called it last week. I called it last week.
What do you think the score is going to be?
This week is going to be 35. I don't think we're going to score that much. I say we score maybe 14 points if we're lucky. 10, 35-10.
Nick,
41-20. We lose.
Heffrey,
Uh, oh man, I'm gonna say 27-24. The Dolphins win.
You
I hope so.
I knew there was going to be a homer in here. I knew there was.
I hope so.
Last second field goal.
From
We just don't have it all together yet.
We're gonna shock the world.
42-13 Buffalo, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be.
It looks really bad. It looks really bad. I don't think what we're saying is out of the extraordinary. I think everybody, if you're a fan right now, you're probably agreeing with what we're saying, except maybe Jeff.
By
if
halftime,
you're realistic. If you're realistic.
If you're realistic,
yeah. By halftime, half the audience will be switching over to reruns of The Big Bang Theory.
That's it.
But on the flip side, it's a short week, so this would be a week to upset a team.
That's true, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be hey, look, the Dolphins have nothing to lose, right?
They're
And
gonna be loose.
all the pressures on Buffalo. You know, they can't lose to the Dolphins because the Dolphins are not looking like, there's no continuity, no nothing, right? And so they could overlook us.
Buffalo loses to Miami this week. The whole bottom's going to fall out for that team. I mean, the fans are going to go crazy.
Oh, could you imagine if they lost to Miami on Thursday night
at home
in spectacular?
If they lose to Miami, I would hate to be the team that have to play them the following week.
That's true.
Well, that's sort of like, like Nick said,
Saints.
we have a short week. So these Dolphin players are happy for this short week. They want to get out there and erase this bad, get rid of this bad taste in their mouth they got from these last two games. And they want to get out there and prove something.
I mean, I hope that's the case, right? But I just don't see the fire and the energy from the players this year.
This ain't a high school game. These are pros.
Yeah.
They're. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys with at least one good bit of news. The Dolphins are tied with the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's right.
There you go.
Wow. That's
the
right.
team has been to the last 3 Super Bowls. Dolphins are tied with them. So
if we played them, it would be the game of the unbeatens.
Yep. Anyway, like us, subscribe, give us some comments, say some stuff, make fun of Jeff's optimism. I'm Nick. I want you next week to switch back to hopefully you will never see the dumpster fire background again. Okay. We got Jose, we got Nick, and we got Jeff. I'm Tony. See you next week at the Fintastic 4.
Yeah,
or whatever it is.
We're somebody.